Humanity is coming together in honor of the life-saving work of midwives and the frontline guardians of maternal and newborn health and critical actors in every health crisis in the African region. Over 1 million newborns and 178,000 mothers die each year, and midwives are a lifeline. They deliver skilled, compassionate care across the entire continuum of reproductive and maternal health. Often in the most difficult and resource-limited settings, their efforts have been pivotal in reducing maternal mortality, with the regional average dropping from 727 deaths per 100,000 live births in 2000 to 442 in 2023. The 2025 theme, Midwives, Critical in Every Crisis, reflects a challenging reality. Midwives serve in fragile health systems, in conflict zones, through natural disasters and pandemics. In many cases, they are the only providers of sexual and reproductive health services in their communities. On Nigeria Today, we shall be looking at the contribution and challenges of the midwives to healthcare. Thanks for joining us on Nigeria Today. I am your carrier, Clinton. Now with me in the studio for the conversation is Mercy Laraba Linka. She's a national treasurer, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. You're welcome to Nigeria Today.
Thank you so much. Good evening, viewers.
Also with us in the studio is Comrade Alice Jegede-Ikpem. She's the third National Vice President, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. It's a pleasure to have you on Nigeria Today.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'll start with you, Mercy. You know, a lot of us know, okay, midwives, they deliver baby. You know, for pregnant women, we know them. But beyond that, tell us more. What do they do?
Okay. Thank you so much for the question. I'm delighted to be here to throw more light on the roles of midwives, even as we celebrate the International Day of the Midwife today, being the 5th of May. Globally, this is the day we celebrate midwives. I want to tell you, just like you rightly said, yes, beyond just assisting the woman to safe delivery, the midwife go beyond that in ensuring that we also give specialized, individualized care that has to do with taking into cognition the challenges of the woman and providing necessary education on how to cope up with whatever is the challenge at home, besides just pregnancy-related issues. Because it also, we look at the individualized mother as she comes to the health facility, and you also, at the course of interaction, you'll be able to know what she does for a living. You will be able to know her challenges in the home. You'll be able to know what are the likely things she's going to engage in after delivery. And if they pose health risks to her, you'll be able to advise appropriately, because a woman of childbearing age needs to be adequately cared for throughout the period of childbearing.
Okay, now to you, Comrade Alice Jegede-Ikpem. She's told us what the midwife does beyond the delivery. Of course, that involves the psychological well-being of the woman,
yes,
you know, after delivery. Now, today we are celebrating this crop of people that help women, you know, as it were, you know, to deliver. Now, how crucial are midwives in providing maternal and, will I say, child health care, especially in undeserved areas?
Thank you. Midwives are they are essential, both nationally and globally, in providing care for childbearing women from the time of pregnancy, the time of conception, till when they deliver their baby, even after then. And not only that, they collaborate. They collaborate, both the community, the house they will be discharged to, Then their caregiver, because after the midwife, you have relations that will still be coming to take care of the woman. So midwives are very, very important, because during antenatal care, you will see them screening the woman, apart from the role that my second talked about. They will screen them in case there is any other thing that may impede either the health of the mother or not giving birth to a live baby. That is, they will check from head to toes. Sometimes they will palpate to know the position of the baby. Sometimes even the mother itself, you may see the legs swollen. You may see the woman not happy or malnourished even during pregnancy. Midwife will make sure, if it is the one they cannot handle, they will refer them to the appropriate quarter. So not only that, if we are running in the hospital, you will see that midwives are the last people to run away from the hospital, because if I am taking delivery now, no matter the crisis that is involved, I can't leave baby in perineum and start running away. So even in crisis, you will see that the midwife is always there, because delivery is like hunger. Who doesn't leave you? Even if all your friends leave you, hunger is always there for you. And so is delivery. The urge will come, and the midwife has to be there, because there's no way, if a woman is pushing and the woman is in labor, you cannot leave them. So midwife is important in the life of every individual, including those of us that are not here. We either good or bad, either the traditional one, we pass through midwife. So it is a very important role.
Okay, having said all that, Comrade Jegede, maybe I'll throw this question to Mercy. You said so much that the midwives do, and these kinds of job, or this kind of job they do, involves being compassionate towards women that are pregnant. You know, sometimes women can be a little bit, you know, sometimes women can be a little bit, I don't know how to put it, you know, this during pregnancy, a lot of attitudes and the rest of them. But I've seen situations where even the midwives, you see them being aggressive towards the pregnant woman. So tell us, is it right, or is it part of their job to do that?
Okay, thank you for this beautiful question. This is what we're always confronted with, even at the association level and even at our workplaces. But I want to tell you that it's not part of our training at all to be aggressive towards any client that comes across us. I think this issue of aggression or attitudes of some health workers or midwives has to do with individual personalities, because we are not trained, it's not a part of our curriculum at all to be hashed or to attend to them in that way. But then again, there are some, you know, predisposing factors that are likely to make the midwife at that moment to be aggressive, not because she intentionally plans for it.
Factors
because like stress of the work. Because you could go to a health facility, you will discover that a midwife is alone on duty, and per night, just one shift, she can deliver 12 babies. We have it, it happens in all our hospitals. In fact, that's even within the urban areas. Talk more of what happens in the village. So you see, it depends at which stage you are coming to meet the nurse. If you are coming when she's already exhausted, there is this natural tendency that your emotions are already high. And like you said, we don't have even time. That is not definite time that when you are going to close when you go to work. Because it depends on when you have a woman in labor or not. If you have a woman in labor and she's already at the critical stage, that is not how the head is already at the perineum, you are about receiving delivery. You say, it's time for me to close. Somebody has come, let me hand over. You can't do that until you finish that process, then you hand over. Except if the stage of labor is one that you can excuse to hand over. So these are kind of some situations, in rare cases, that you discover that it puts more pressure on the midwives, and the tendency to be aggressive or shout is high. And then, again, at times, at the process of delivery, the head is already at the perineum. You are asking the woman, like in primary, we have most of these cases, you know, it's their first experience. You are trying to tell them, I want to help you deliver a healthy baby, a child. You can imagine a woman that has gone through 9 months of pregnancy with all the expectations. Everybody desires to have a healthy child at the end of it. And then you are seen as a midwife because you know that any mistake or delay will affect the baby. And you see them when you say open your legs very well, because of the pain and the inexperience, they're trying to cover up. You know, at that stage, when you already know the head is at the perineum, the child is at danger, you will be a little bit hard and firm to see that it's better I am harsh on you for this moment. Let me have a healthy child. At the end of it, when I give you a healthy child, after the delivery, you will appreciate me better and forget about how I intend to help you do it, because it is the pain making the woman trying to act that way, not that she's intentionally trying to kill her baby herself. So at this situation, it is only you who knows the implication that may be able to come in to help in this situation. So these are areas that you could see. So like I tell you, I told you from the beginning, it depends at the stage, but generally it is not part of our training to be harsh or to be mean to anybody, because we know that all this comes together with some behavior of the pregnant women. Hormonal changes affect their mood. You know, somebody, they may come because they are already exhausted. Maybe it has posed some challenges to them in the family. They are looking at it, oh, maybe I took in, this baby is still small at home, and my mother, nobody has come at home to help me. This baby is now coming out. I didn't plan for it. So the woman too has come to the hospital already with a lot of, you know, anger in her, and because she's not expecting it at that moment. So this makes even the woman too to be harsh to the nurse, at times the midwife. So even the client and the women to also come with such situation, but it's not part of our training. And we always advocate and tell our members, please, to be more understanding. We are compassionate. We are caregivers who know the importance of having healthy baby and a healthy mother. So that is just it. It's not part of our training at all.
Thank you very much, Mercy. It's good you clarified that so that people watching will understand that it's not supposed to be so.
It's not supposed to be so.
Because I have a personal experience. You know, when it was time for me to deliver, it was almost there, and I was calling on the midwife, come. He said, cool, Dad, you're still on 4 cm. Eventually, she came and saw that the baby was already out. You know, I was practically rushed to the labor. Before he do jack, the baby was out. Yeah. So you see, this is why I asked this question. She was just snubbing me and being a little bit. Yes. So you wanted to add something to it. Yes, so tell us.
Because most of the time I see that there are so many factors. One, you know, everybody has different characters, and attitude also matters. Not only in nursing, anyway. Even sometimes in bank, when you say, please, can I get my... They can just shout, depending on their mood at that time. Then apart from that, most people that behave that way, those people with unwanted pregnancy, sometimes when it is time to deliver, you will see them trying to close their leg. They will trap the baby. One even told me, I want the baby to die. I said, even if the baby is dying, it's not in this clinic. So those first timer, those unwanted pregnancy, those pregnancy with rape, the mothers are unhappy with the baby even before birth. So if there's any way they can kill those babies, they are ready. Because some of them may not even know the father. They are frustrated. The family people, they are even frustrating them. Maybe they got pregnant immaturely. Maybe by a boyfriend, the boyfriend will say, I am not the owner of this pregnancy. So those set of people are very stubborn when they come to labor. So maybe all those ones too can also contribute.
Okay, we are going to take a short break now. The conversation will continue after the break. Don't go away.
Implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today. Welcome back. This is still Nigeria Today. We're looking at midwives and humanitarian services. And of course, I have two midwives here in the studio to throw more light on some of the, issues that we're talking about. Now, back to you, Mercy. I know today is set aside to appreciate this set of people that are doing this wonderful work in our clinics and trying to save the mothers and the children. So how can these people, talking about the midwives, be more appreciated?
Thank you so much. Let me just start by saying there are numerous ways actually to appreciate this vital role that midwives play in the health sector, because of where we found ourselves. It's rather unfortunate that in this part of the country or in this part of the world, we are not really appreciated, because government ought to appreciate our role. Because aside just being caregivers to pregnant mothers, we are frontline life savers. Because I can tell you, if the mother and the baby are not healthy, you don't have even a healthy society at all. Now, the government can go a long way. Aside giving a well package, like incentive, to encourage the midwives, they should equally, provide conducive environment for these midwives to carry out their role. Because there are midwives in the communities at all levels of care that have no adequate or good accommodation. Some are even in rural areas where there are no accessible roads to that area. And then, government can do better by ensuring that the presence of government is felt in this area. And then the same midwives, can be appreciated, even by way of a national broadcast. Permit me to tell you this. Today, I don't know if there was anything out that the midwives has been celebrated globally. So what about our Nigerian government? Is there any broadcast to come out and say, I'm appreciating this particular part of the health workers who are very important in the society? Because the role of the midwife is so critical that she is found at every level of care and at all situations. Delivery and pregnancy related issues. It's not a respecter of whatever is your circumstances. You could be in a crisis prone area. You are running away because of flooding. Pregnancy, labor, when it's coming, it doesn't know that one. It will come at anywhere. And at all this level, if a midwife is there, you will be seeing her carrying out the function of a midwife. So we expect that the government should encourage us by giving us a good incentive. There is this retentive allowance where people who have been able to stay back to work should be encouraged. And then we want the government to invest in the training of these midwives, because we want more faculties of training for midwives so that they will be encouraged to go into this specialty, because it is needed at all levels of care.
Faculty, what areas are you talking about?
I'm talking about the area of midwifery.
Okay.
Midwifery, like department.
Okay.
Yes, so that where they are trained to train. And the government should equally encourage us in training by even sponsoring some of this training. And then the same government, again, we are calling on them as a way of encouraging us to recruit more midwives, because we are grossly inadequate. In fact, I can tell you categorically, I don't want to mention states or local government, but in a state, there is a local government that we have only one midwife in the general hospital. And you can imagine this general hospital in one local government, meaning it is the only accessible government facility. And you have only one midwife. And you could have more than 10 women coming to deliver in the night or in a day. And so if we have more midwives, it will give more room for the midwife to be more relaxed, because you need to be mentally stable. You also need to be ensured that you are secured so that you can give out your best. And then in this area or in this country where we have insecurity challenges, you have issues of midwives being kidnapped, even at the workplace. Why is this so? Because there is porous security provision.
Okay.
So government can encourage us by providing adequate security in these areas, and then recruiting more midwives, encouraging us in our remuneration, and then equally providing what is expected for us so that we can even enjoy what others are enjoying, to feel the presence of governance everywhere.
Thank you very much, Mercy. Now, you want to add,
Yes.
But before you add anything, I want to ask, how can young people especially the ladies, the women, be encouraged to choose midwifery as a career path.
Thank you. And that's the part I was coming when I said I want to add. Because if you look at the workforce today, the midwives, we are aging out. Because the employment, some of the midwives are there, but the government has no retention plan for them. We don't give them good accommodation. And most of the midwives, they don't take them to where they are needed most. Everybody wants to be in urban.
In town.
Because the cost of working in urban and the cost of working in the rural, they are all the same. So, but if there are incentives that are paid to me, even if it is 10,000, because of the 10,000, some people are there, they don't even want to leave their environment. Those people will be forced to go to their environment because of that little incentive that you are giving to them. Then when it comes to accommodation, you need to visit some of these our facilities and see where they ask us to stay. Even your own house, you cannot live in that type of place. But you'll be surprised that you have a ceiling that is bent and they will say, come and be working there. So majority of the people will like to work, close and go back to their houses. And most of these deliveries, they occur at night. And in policy making, we don't involve the midwives. And apart from policy making, even the NGO, most of them, they will end up investing in maybe immunization, other things. What about the midwives that are going to give those services to the people? So like today now, it's a Midwives Day. Look at NTA now. Only inviting us. A lot of our members will be watching them say, thank God NTA Abuja has recognized us. And a lot of people will even dream of coming. That so when I grow up, I can be there.
NTA NEWS24.
So when I grow up, I can be called like this. It will be sort of encouraging.
This is an encouragement.
And that's why my second said they should encourage they should be involved. The government should involve in their education because most people, they don't train midwives. So it is those of us now, after maybe nursing, we will say we still want to go to midwifery as a second qualification. We will not divert. Some people will go to public health. But the more you encourage those set of people, it will make it to be juicy for the younger ones to start saying, we want to come. And if you have a retention plan, people will go. There are midwives, but they are always going out because they feel that is where they get better pay, and they train them. Like some of them that are outside this country, every 6 months they give them more training and they pay them. So they should invest in our accommodation is as incentive. They should give us decent accommodation. The younger ones that are trained, because we have younger ones too, but they are not ready to stay where we are staying today. They will tell you the agency, they cannot. If you are even talking to themselves, they will tell you, we cannot live the life you people are living. So it is that government involvement, even NGOs and even the communities can be involved in giving a suitable accommodation. And I know the younger ones will be ready to come.
Okay, Mercy, what will be your will I say your closing thoughts now on this issue as we celebrate you people today?
All right, thank you. I would like to say by way of conclusion that we want to appreciate NEWS24, especially for recognizing us to come to a program like this. It's because you realize that today is our day and you want to encourage us by calling us. If more media houses will do this, we will be very grateful, because the society need to know what we give out. So this kind of venture is what we need to encourage us. And secondly, just like I said, we're calling on the government. It's not all about money, but I've just told you now, even by way of recognizing us, addressing the citizens. Today is for midwife. We are giving a standing ovation for midwives. Please, we appreciate what they are doing. Continue to encourage them wherever they are. Let them do. We will feel recognized. They will not even recognize. And please, we should be involved in the policy making of the health system.
Thank you very much, Mercy Laraba Lenka is a National Treasurer, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your thoughts with us. And also we had Comrade Ali Jegede Ikpem, the third National Vice President, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for being part of the program. I am Victoria Clinton. Goodbye.